Freedom of expression as envisaged in Article 33 of the Constitution is essential to the functioning of a democratic state. For people to make political choices, they must have access to information and to different viewpoints. In a democracy, the right to express grievances and to propagate or criticize policies or criticize institutions enable people to contribute to peaceful progress and change their society. In Kenya, the political class is continuously testing the boundaries, and that is if there are any that exist. Take Monday's remarks by Prime Minister Raila Odinga.
Ati hii ilikuwa ni majaribio kama ile majaribio ya mapinduzi ya kiamani, lakini naambia nyinyi ya kwamba hawataweza kutoroka na ushindi wetu.
While it is forbidden to discuss a case that is pending before court, the circumstances surrounding this case bring into sharp focus the scope and limitation of freedom of expression in Kenya. According to Article 33, Section 2 of the Constitution, the right to freedom of expression does not extend to propaganda for war, incitement to violence, hate speech, advocacy of hatred, and ethnic incitement. Section 3, however, states that, in doing so, everyone shall respect the rights and reputation of others. The practice of it, however, appears to be different, and the Prime Minister, senior as he is in government and in Kenyan politics, seems to have thrown caution to the wind, adopting an increasingly careless attitude in his public statements of late. Last week, this is what he had to say about President-elect Uhuru Kenyatta and his running mate William Ruto.
We are dealing with criminals. Criminals who should not be in state house but in prison.
Ni wezi ambao hawana aibu. Na sasa nataka kuambia hivi wananchi, tuko na Raila Odinga nyuma yake mpaka kifo. Hatuwezi kurudi nyuma mpaka tukomboe taifa letu.
It matters little that the ICC and other courts are yet to determine cases that involve the two. The Prime Minister seems hell-bent on engaging them with little thought for what may arise, especially given that the country has just come out of a sensitive transition election whose outcome is yet to be officially determined.
That there can be no justice without truth. Without truth, there can be no justice. And without justice, there can be no reconciliation. Without reconciliation, there can be no peace.
Lawyers say the principle of sub judice, which prevents a party to a suit from interfering with it, should have kept the Prime Minister mum. It did not. There is also the issue of contempt of court, which will ideally keep most parties to a suit within limits. It has not worked for the Prime Minister. And it would appear that even the President-elect is testing the limits. He today implied that the next elections will be held 5 years from now, despite an ongoing court case.
Bas, baada ya miaka mitano twende siasa tena. Sini hivi? Lakini kwa sasa siasa ipoe, itulie. Wananchi wamechoka bwana.
Legal experts say that regardless of freedom, the interpretation and implementation of the constitutional guarantees for freedom of expression must be concerned with striking a balance between the interests of the individual and those of the country in a manner that ensures free flow of truthful information, ideas, opinions, and contentions, not only to guide governmental actions in the right path, but also to prevent frustration and revolt arising from incitement in the name of suppression of public opinion. But the question still arises, given the court petition and his supposed trust in the judiciary, is the Prime Minister being fair to the country? For JSWAT 7, Michelle Buchiri.